Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a news story to share with you guys about a violent MAGA man at a No Kings protest last weekend. And it's the worst one yet. This is worse than all of the other ones that I shared with you already. I also have a couple of updates about those other No King stories that I shared with you earlier this week. So before I get into the details, please do me a big favor. Hit the subscribe button below this video. It is free for you. It really, really helps the show. I also wanted to point out, if you guys are wondering, I don't know if you noticed, but my eyes have been really swollen lately. I've like puffiness underneath and swelling here in the corners. It's long story short, I need to have surgery. I found out. Some of you know about this if you take part in the monthly Zoom meetings. I have a clogged tear duct. It's now affecting the opposite eye. But anyway, it'll get handled. I'm probably going to end up having surgery next month. So anyway, I haven't been crying. That's all it is. All right. So here is the deal. This man that you see here on your screen was assaulted. This is 77-year-old Jeffrey Smith. He was repeatedly punched in the face at a No Kings protest. This took place in Massachusetts in Hyannis. And as you can see, he was in pretty bad shape afterwards. I want to share with you a video. So this is what he had to say. He was interviewed recently. And also you're going to see a small portion of the video that witnesses were able to record. They didn't get the assault on video, but they did get the aftermath of it and the man who did it.
That's me laying in the road.
That's 77-year-old Jeffrey Sergeant Smith on the ground, seconds after he says a man assaulted him.
I'm feeling like a cartoon character where you go, blam! And I'm seeing stars. My glasses are broke. I was getting hit. I didn't know. I thought I got tackled.
It happened after the No Kings rally in Hyannis over the weekend. Sergeant Smith walking back to his car when he says a man sped into the rotary.
So there he is picking up the sign.
So he put his sign out to slow him down.
I touched his car. I was like, slow down.
We all saw you. That's called assault.
That's when police say 61-year-old Peter Afuxenides got out and was the one who caused these injuries. Sergeant Smith glad he didn't suffer a brain bleed.
This felt like I was completely defenseless. And when I would try to get, all I could think is, this might be it. And I'm sorry for my family.
Absolutely horrific. So that the so-called man who punched Smith or allegedly punched Smith is 61-year-old Peter, and I know I'm going to butcher his last name, and I don't care. Afuenitis, I think is how you pronounce it. Here he is. This was him making an appearance in court. And luckily, when this went down, there were already officers on site because they had been assigned to monitor the protest. So there was an officer named Peter Gennady. He wrote in his report that he saw this SUV stop abruptly. He thought, oh, people were just walking in front of him. But then he saw a man and a woman get out of the SUV. They walked behind the car, and Officer Gennady couldn't see what was happening because he was, in a place where he couldn't see the back end of the vehicle. So couldn't see what they were doing, but then he saw the man throw a protester sign into the road, and then he walked back to the SUV to get back inside. So Officer Gennady and I think it was his superior, they ran over, they see Smith lying in the road, and as you saw in the video, he was like laying there, couldn't get up. Eventually, other protesters helped to move Smith over to a grassy area, and Officer Gennady said that Smith was, quote, unable to speak to me and was groaning in what I would assume to be severe pain. So Smith had a friend with him, and the friend told the police the driver got out and just punched him, just got out of his SUV, punched Smith multiple times in the face. He fell down, hit his head. So the back of Smith's head was bleeding. I mean, he was really lucky that it wasn't more severe than this. His nose was cut. He developed a black eye, as you saw. His face was all swollen. Well, when Smith was finally able to speak, he told the police he was crossing the road. The SUV starts speeding up towards him, and it was directly headed towards him and his friend. So Smith put out his hands to, try to get the driver's attention, and so he would stop. And the driver claims that Smith hit his car with his sign. Well, Officer Gannett wrote in his report, quote, "Police observed Mr. Smith's sign, and I highly doubt that this poorly constructed cardboard sign could or would have caused damage to a motor vehicle. I searched the ground for anything that Mr. Afunides could have perceived would cause damage, but I did not see any." So Afunides, or however you say his name, appears to be another MAGA snowflake. Appears to be another one who can't control his temper because someone said something mean about his cult leader. I mean, imagine being so triggered by a peaceful protest that you allegedly violently assault someone and send them to the hospital. So this snowflake has now been charged with assault and battery on a person over 60 years old. So we'll see how that works out for him. In the meantime, though, he's out on bail. I also have an update on the man who's accused of driving his truck onto the curb and hitting a woman who was sitting in a folding chair. So I don't know if this guy is full of shit. I don't know if he has dementia, if he just needs to have his license taken away, if he's, just out of it. But the Canton Repository news outlet, they tracked this guy down, and he made some unusual comments. So the news outlet didn't name him. They didn't share his name because he hasn't officially been charged with a crime yet. But he is 77 years old. He claims that he doesn't remember the crash. He told the Canton Repository, quote, "I don't even remember it happening. It wasn't anything like on purpose. What those people believe is fine. More power to them. That's what America's all about. They were protesting. I was not against them. I didn't even see those people. I was just, driving home, and that was it. I hope I didn't hurt anybody bad or anything like that." And then he also claims that the police gave him a pass. So take a look at this. This man said, quote, "You can talk to the police. They gave me a total thumbs up. They even told me not to even worry about it. They said there was nothing really happening." Well, the repository reached out to the police. They did speak with the police, and the police said, "No, we never said that. That conversation never happened." Witnesses, as you might recall, they told the police this was definitely done on purpose. So, like I said, I don't know if this guy is not all there or if he's just a flat out liar. So I will let you know when I hear more about that incident. I also have an update to share about a man who was accused of shoving a woman, and he was carrying a loaded gun. That happened at the Kent, Ohio protest. So this man has been identified as 20-year-old Bryce Sobadosh, I think is how you pronounce it. Sobadosh or Sabadosh. So here he is. There's a bunch of new reports out, and they say that Sobadosh was carrying a large Trump flag at the event. A woman who was a protester at the event, she apparently grabbed the corner of the flag. So Sobadosh yanked it away, and then he shoved her. So that's what I reported to you guys the other day, was that a city councilman had just gotten there. He witnessed Sobadosh shoving her. So he grabbed Sobadosh from behind and forced him to the ground. And as I also mentioned in the other video, Other men jumped in. They helped to hold him down until the police arrived. Well, that's when somebody noticed a gun on the ground. They started yelling, hey, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. Sobadosh was taken into custody. The police traced that gun and they found out that it had been reported as stolen. Sobadosh claims, oh, not even mine. That's not my gun. Don't know where it came from. So, you know, just happened to end up on the pavement underneath him, you guys. Anyway, here's what happened in his first court appearance in this case. So take a look.
Josh appeared in court Monday afternoon. He's facing 2 felony charges of carrying a concealed weapon and receiving stolen property.
So are you on probation in Geauga County?
It's an open case, yes, sir.
According to court records, Sobadosh was charged with felony failure to comply. He was indicted last December for fleeing a police officer.
What do you know? As you heard there, repeat offender. I mean, what a shock that he's a Trump supporter, right? So, did you see, like, why do they all have those dead eyes? Like, there's just nothing going on there. Like, they're just such miserable human beings. So, I will keep you posted on all of these cases, and I'll let you know if I find of any more that occurred that day. I think this brings it up to 4 or 5 of these violent MAGA people. So, anyway, they can't leave well enough alone. They just can't let people protest this apricot antichrist in peace. But, you know, they love the Constitution. We all have to follow the Constitution, right? They're all free speech warriors until it comes to the left. All right, I'll let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it with everyone you know. Please subscribe if you have not yet. If you can donate, truly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.